hello everybody. Hello, not everybody. I don't even know how many people are gonna be watching this, but okay. So, hi YouTube. I've uploaded like 4 videos on my channel, maybe like 2 or 3. I don't really remember how many, but so today I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about my college experience and what college has been like for me. And you know, I'm gonna be graduating late May of this year, so I'm just about done. I'm on my 8th semester. I'll be done in 8 semesters. Fingers crossed that I actually graduate on time. I don't know if I will, but I'm gonna try. But so essentially, like, for college for me has been a very enriching like social and personal experience. Essentially, like, I've always really enjoyed the atmosphere of my college. So I go to a small liberal arts school in the Midwest, essentially, and it's really great. It's really cold here in the winter time, but campus is really small, so it's like all nice and compact, so it's really easy to get from place to place. It takes about like 10 minutes to walk all the way across campus, which is like really nice compared to like a lot of state schools, which I realize. But so I've really enjoyed making friends and going out to get coffee with people. And now that I'm 21, we have 2 really nice microbreweries in our town, and I will go out often and just check those out and get a couple of beers and just talk with friends and stuff like that. And that's always like a really fun, like, enriching experience, essentially. But like academic wise, I'd say freshman to sophomore year, I was having a great experience academic wise, where I was interested in learning about my topics. So I'm a music major, and I've stayed a music major all 4 years of college, essentially. And then like halfway through sophomore year, I picked up a management minor, just because I was like, well, I'm not gonna do music education because I really don't want to teach like I don't want to do that. But I definitely, like, I've always liked music and I've always participated in music, so I'm like, well, I'll just do music, you know, it'll be fun, it'll be a good time. So I decided to study music in college, and then after, I don't know, maybe after sophomore year, I really started to dislike a lot of my music courses, and I was working hard in them and I was getting stuff done, I was like getting decent grades and all that stuff was fine, but like, I just kind of lost all passion for it, and I didn't really want to perform anything. And I feel like part of that stems from my school heavily focuses on classical music. We are classically trained at my college, which is a great thing if you really enjoy the fine arts and classical music and opera and chamber music and symphony orchestras, classic works like Bach and Beethoven and Stravinsky and, you know, Schoenberg, I guess atonal stuff. We also talk about like atonal stuff too, but I don't know, I fell out of love with music right at the end of sophomore year, essentially, and I was like, maybe I should just go for business. So I thought about switching my majors and do a management major and a music minor, and, you know, increase my job security, I guess, or, you know, increase the chances of me getting a job, essentially, which would have been a smart thing to do. But by that time, I wouldn't, if I would have switched my major, I would have had to take extra courses, I would have had to probably take a couple extra semesters. We have a lot of gen eds at my college, and it's a liberal arts college, so we have to study science, religion, math, social sciences like psychology and sociology. We have all these, and we also even have a PE requirement. We have to take a class, like a physical activity class, and if you don't graduate. And on top of that, we also have like a big senior project or a senior paper that you have to do your senior year, either fall or spring semester or the entire year, which is, you know, it's a good thing because it kind of sums up your learning experiences, and it lets you kind of explore your major even further and like really showcase what you learned over the last 4 years. But like, I don't know, it's just like halfway through sophomore year, I was just like, I really don't want to do this anymore. But I realized that if I would change majors, or if I would transfer to another school, that means I'd have to go for at least an extra semester. I would have to be in school for like 5, 6, I don't know, probably not 7 semesters, but at least another like, 2 extra semesters than the normal like a 4-year, 8 semester system that I signed up for in the first place. So I don't know, after like academic wise, after sophomore year, I just felt trapped because I didn't like any of my classes anymore, like none of them, no matter what. The only class I've really liked in the last 2 years was probably human sexuality, which is what I'm taking now. It's a really interesting, like it's under nursing, and there's like one of the nurses teaches it, and my professor is awesome, and she just wants us to absorb knowledge and learn instead of like focusing on the grades and everything like that, which is great. But I don't know, it's just, I feel like these past 2 years I felt trapped because I thought about going to one of the state schools near me and majoring in fashion and trying to get into the fashion industry because I really love clothes, and I like wanted I wanted my YouTube channel to be like clothes and like shoes and stuff like that, and styling videos, lookbooks, stuff like that. That's what I still want to do. That it was just really hard because I had no passion for what I was studying anymore, and I would look around and I would see a lot of my friends, a lot of my family members who are in college right now, just they would just be like overflowing with passion and life and zest for their major and what they were learning in college. Like the amount of money they were spending to learn this was worth it to them, and to me it's just like I'm throwing thousands of dollars into a major that I really don't care about. But I know that if I change majors, then I'm gonna have to throw even more money down the drain, or not down the drain, but I'm gonna have to throw even more money into my education than I initially anticipated. And I've never really liked classes. Like I've never really liked classes. It's just a fact. That's just me. I understand that you need to go to college. That like our society, well, I feel like our society nowadays really pushes like teenagers and young adults to go to college and get a associate's degree at least, or a bachelor's degree, because you won't be able to get a good job, and you won't be able to make a good living without a degree anymore. Like you need it, you have to have it. And it's just really frustrating because I want to be able to do what I love and figure out what I love, but I understand that finding out what you love costs money sometimes. It takes time and it takes money. And a lot of times, like, you just run out of options sometimes. Like when I first started college, I thought the possibilities were endless. Like I could stay here, I could transfer next year, I could, if I really didn't like it, and I could study whatever I wanted to. I'm gonna study music just because it sounded like a good idea, so I'm gonna study music. But I don't know, I felt like I didn't take enough time to really explore my options and see what I really liked. I kind of just took music courses, and at my college it feels like there's really not a lot of wiggle room to experiment with different genres of academics, essentially, like hard sciences, like social sciences, music, art, math. Like it's really hard to branch out and really find what you like at like a liberal arts college because there's so many requirements and it's so expensive. So it's just really hard. Like personally, I felt like I had to pick something and run with it. And these past couple of years, I'm like, oh crap, I don't like what I'm doing. I don't like what I'm studying. What do I do? And I just realized I just told myself, like, suck it up, just do it, just finish your degree, and then you can go off and try to do something else if you don't want to do music. Like, plenty of people have graduated with certain majors or degrees that they thought they were going to get a job in that field, and all of a sudden they got a job in a complete opposite field than what they thought they would do, and they're just as happy, just as successful. So it's possible, but it just takes time. And I feel like as you get older and as you grow up, essentially, and as you go through your college years, after freshman, sophomore year, it feels like doors start closing instead of opening. Like when you first start college, I just felt like all my opportunities would multiply every day. Like I would be able to do whatever I wanted. I could, that's the American dream. I could do whatever. But as I got older, I felt like more and more doors were being closed on me, and I only had so many options. Like my options just started to narrow. So, like socially, I don't know, emotionally, college has been really good for me. I've become like, I'm really happy, essentially. Even if I don't like what I'm studying, I'm still a very happy person. I feel a lot more emotionally stable than I did in high school, and that might just come from being a teenager or whatever, but like, I feel a lot better about myself. I love my college in terms of the people and the community and the atmosphere at my college, because everybody's so friendly and so nice, and most of us all get along really well, and it's like, my college is in a beautiful area. There's a lot of trees and nature, and we have like 3 really awesome coffee shops downtown, so it's always fun to go out for coffee with friends. And like I said, our music program is very, very good, and that's why I came to my college in the first place, was for the music program. But you know, the problem with small liberal arts colleges is that a lot of times they don't have a ton of majors. So you essentially think you want to major in this, and you realize you don't, and then all of a sudden the major that you want to pursue isn't there, and you have to transfer, and that's so much more money and time and just effort, just, you know, like, and I don't like change. Like, most humans don't like change, but I understand that it is necessary, and it's going to happen no matter what. But I just stayed at my college because the people kept me here, the atmosphere kept me here. I'm still happy here. Sometimes I wish I would have transferred at the end of my freshman year to the state school near me and majored in fashion and really just tried something completely different than music. Because I've been doing music since I was like 6, and I was just like, well, it's what I've always known, it's what I'm decent at. I'm not good, but I'm not bad. I'm decent at music, so I'm like, screw it, let's just give this a shot. Let's maybe try to turn this into a career somehow. So now I'm music management, and I still would like to work in the business of music. I really want to work for like a recording studio, would be awesome, or like a record label, or be like a manager of some sort. That'd be awesome. But I don't know, I'm gonna graduate in May, and I'm really hoping I find a job in my field, but if I don't, I'm totally okay with that. I just hope that I can become a successful millennial who eventually gets his own apartment, has health insurance. I really want health insurance, okay? I want that health insurance. It's very important to me. You know? Okay, cool. Bye-bye.
I'm dead. Okay.